Hello everyone and welcome to the Fans POV from ImmortalCon in Ronkonkoma, New York. I am your host, Chrissy Lawler, and with me is, the usual ragtag of Ricardo.
Got my name already.
No, I knew your name. I was just trying to fit up an interesting intro because I use the same ones all the time.
That's also true.
Alrighty, so you get to see our beautiful faces again.
Including this one here.
Yeah, my dog won't let us do this alone. We're on her couch. Alright, so like I said, we are at ImmortalCon in our own backyard on Long Island, New York. Long Island, New York, yeah. I've been bad with my today, so I apologize. Alright, yes, my brain's not been very good. It hasn't been functioning well today. ImmortalCon it was a one day event, convention. I think since Icon kind of fell off the map for a little while and Bailey lost a sock, since Icon kind of fell off the map, a lot of people have been trying to fill that void in our hearts that Icon left. Considering that we haven't had a decent local con, and also because a lot of these, like ImmortalCon and a couple of others, they're doing like 1-2 day events over a weekend, where Icon would have been a 3-day event, where it would have been a full con. These are doing like little mini cons, and they're trying to really replace it, or at least hold out until Icon comes back.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, a lot of the people I recognize were either people I see all the time at Icon, and it's whether it was the attendees or staff members. Everyone's trying to fill that. It was held at the Clarion Hotel in Ronkonkoma. It was previously the Holiday Inn. So for those of you who know Icon, it's the former Icon hotel. So, but instead of just having the masquerade room, the main ballroom that would usually be used as the masquerade ball, they used multiple rooms in the building, which was weird because I've only been to select places in the building because all I did was sleep there. So, obviously we're not going to do first impressions of the building because we've all been through. It's an older building. That's all I'm going to state. But first impressions, Ricardo. First impressions.
My first impression.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I just said we weren't going to do first impressions. Expectations.
Expectations. To be honest,
like I said.
As far as expectations are concerned, I didn't really expect anything out of a one-day con, especially local. I mean, then again, unfortunately, I've been spoiled with like the big ones like Otakon, Katsucon, like things like that nature. So just going somewhere local, I really just expected like a very comfortable, calm kind of thing. And I mean, it actually was a little better. I mean, I have to say, just because of the fact that, like I said, I just didn't really expect too much. I figured it'd be just a great place for cosplay and hang out, which it kind of was. But then, even then, they had stuff going on, like little events here and there, essentially things that people could do that you would expect at a somewhat larger con, just a little bit more quaint, a little bit more intimate. So, I mean, it's from my condition. It obviously didn't burst it wide open, but it definitely like was at least a little better than what I expected personally.
I expected, there are certain parts of it I expected to be bigger, and other parts I expected to be smaller, so it was kind of a little reversed. I didn't expect, like I said, didn't expect something huge, because it's a one-day event, and I'm not 100% sure if they've done this before. I think this might be either a first or second time.
Yeah.
It's not like it's been going on for quite a few years. It's relatively new. And it's only a one-day event, so obviously it's not going to be this huge event. I actually expected less dealers and tables and more panels, because I expected some hotel rooms to be used, but there was a lot more actually vendors and booths and tables than I expected. And a lot more performance-esque events. Like they had quite a few performers. So it kind of, I think, on average met my expectations. And for what it was, I expected, like, it was a placeholder or possibly an up-and-coming to replace something like Icon. Definitely a place for everyone to come together as nerds. Like I was talking with Uncle Yo, it's some place for we as nerds maybe not necessarily nowadays, but when some of us who were younger, our generation was younger, it was hard to open up and be with other people unless you went to some kind of nerd event setting.
Or just a hangout.
Or a hangout.
Things of that nature.
So it's definitely something like this does come in handy, especially for people more out in Suffolk, because actually LICon was out in Suffolk too this year. So, because last year LICon was more closer to the city than it was to Suffolk. Was there, let's see, as expectations, there was a few panels, not a ridiculous overload of panels, but I think a lot of them were guest panels, and the last couple were like big fandom panels, like fan run panels. So there was no real like event panel like a game, like certain, I know there's certain guests will have game show panels stuff. There wasn't really anything like that. It was either Q&A sessions with a couple of the voice actor guests, or it was fandom panels. We only kind of went to like one or two, but well, we'll start off with the ones we went to. We went to our friends, one of our friends, she's in a Para dance group. I think that's what it is, Para.
I would think so. I know it's very...
Because that's the style of music they dance to. Itchy P was there.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them in a while, but they're a little dance troupe that's been around for quite a few years, but we haven't actually been to an event they've been at for a while.
For a while, I mean...
they do Sakura Matsuri a lot, but we didn't go last year.
Yeah. But,
or this year.
But if you follow them, they have a Facebook page and all that stuff. I mean, they've been busting their ass really to do this, and I mean, unfortunately, we weren't able to catch the whole performance due to our own panel, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But I mean, from what we've seen, like they've really brought a show. I mean, energetic, which is kind of obviously had to do with dance. So, they're great.
And then we caught. No, I think we were pretty much there for the whole thing. New York Jedi had a lightsaber battle play.
To give it the way they did it, it was like a visual comic. It was basically a visual comic.
I think it was the visual comic book, and what it is, they physically acted out the battle scenes with voiceover work for any like moments during the comic or novel that was not fully action. They just voiced it over. That's fun because I haven't actually. It's been them at New York Jedi and Empire Saber Guild are both Star Wars groups that do reenactments and lightsaber battles, and it's been a long time since I've actually gone to see one. I've always been wanting to go to them, and I never do. Yeah. So it was nice to finally go see them, especially after having a conversation with them at their booth about, cosplays.
Yeah.
I had fun there. I think that was pretty much the only things we really went to.
Yeah, I mean, like
there was a lot. We also caught the tail end of Uncle Yo's last stand-up.
Which I could pretty much say, bear in mind, I'm still kind of new to at least the East Coast con scene, so I don't really have a lot of exposure to Uncle Yo as much as they do, obviously with friends. But I mean, to be honest, from whatever I did see, it's great for somebody who wants to get into the con scene and wants kind of I guess the inspiration of voice to do it, kind of like a motivational speaker. Uncle Yo.
Yeah, he could probably be good at that.
Pull it off real well.
If comedy starts to slow down, motivational speaking.
There you go.
But like I said, we did have our own panel. If you've watched this in the past, we've done The List as a YouTube show series, and we also have done as a panel. So Ricardo and I decided we did the list of the panel, which was actually surprising. Looking at the room, they had one main event room, two main event. Okay, let me think this out because I'm thinking as I'm talking, which sometimes doesn't work. All right, they had the one main event room, which was where performances with the main stage. They had another panel room. They had more like a open area lounge that they turned into a panel room as well, which apparently, from when I was talking to one of the staffers, the acoustics was better than I expected it to be. And then there was one hotel room suite that they turned into a panel room, which I think was a good idea if you were doing a round table discussion style.
Yeah.
Because that's what we ended up making our panel into. Instead of us just sitting at the table at the front of the panel room talking, it turned into more of a discussion panel, which was kind of cool. But when we went into the room, we looked at it and went, yeah, we're not going to get new people because the panel before us was a huge Attack on Titan panel, and there was a ton of people in the room, and we're thinking, nobody's going to come to the panel, they want to come into Attack on Titan and watch people duel lightsabers.
Oh boy, were we wrong. There was actually, I mean, as far as that, I guessing we could just go right into it. Actually, I mean, if any of you guys who actually went to the panel are watching, thanks for coming.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that it was a great turnout. It's very intimate. It's very nice and quaint, and it kind of became something that everybody got involved with, and everybody has brought their own, at least, taste and walks of life as far as anime is concerned to it, which kind of is great. You kind of want that.
Usually when we do the list, it's just who's ever up on the panel, plus we'll take one person per topic. With this, everybody participated in almost every topic, so I think it was a little bit nicer. I think it was more, first, for being a small knit event, this is the kind of panel it was good for it. We didn't need one of those big panels where we're sitting up at the front of the stage going, okay, listen to us talk.
Yeah.
But it worked out great,
Yeah.
so we thank you guys.
I mean, on the topic of panels, let's wait a little bit. On the topic of panels, one panel that actually we were just kind of wandering around, kind of killing time. One panel that we did see was breast cancer awareness, because that was the theme.
Right.
That was the theme of the con. Basically, a lot of a lot of the purchases made either at the tickets, or they actually had a table for donations and raffles.
They had a raffle table,
and then all went to breast cancer.
The Stony Brook Breast Cancer Society or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
It was because Stony Brook is nearby with that hotel. They went, obviously that's the local hospital, so they did everything. Everyone was sporting some kind of breast cancer pin. One of the
wore pink.
Yeah, wore pink. They were taking donations. Besides, if you purchase certain items, they were taking donations and putting those big cardboard breast cancer ribbons and putting them on the wall with your name on them, which I think was really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I think, and then they also one of the in one of the dealers' room they had a cornered off section, and they were taking donations for donations of hair for wigs for chemo patients.
Yeah, and if you guys have seen me in the past, I had long hair. I kind of feel bad for cutting it before I even knew about this.
Yeah. Had we known, we probably would have waited another week.
Probably, but I mean, my particular thing is that the panel that was there, it was actually on the second level of the hotel.
that lounge area.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, there was maybe at least, I can't even count on one hand how many people showed up.
And it was basically a breast cancer awareness panel.
Yeah, I feel like a little bit. I feel like with these kind of panels, I mean, given the fact that there's always a way to integrate these with modern culture, like anime.
Right.
I mean, given all that stuff, like the fact that there was maybe about 3 or 4 people, 5 people maximum, so becoming this massive, and then all that people, but I feel like not a lot of people knew about it.
Yeah.
So I feel like if we kind of promote it as much as possible, it would.
Let me just take a peek. It doesn't look like on the website at first glance. I don't really think they advertise that too much.
Yeah.
I think if on the main page on the website, if they advertised it more.
If we could a little more. I mean, it's for a good cause, so
yeah.
I feel like they could have done a little bit more. I don't necessarily think it's the con's fault. I just think it was just like that people weren't just aware of it, which happens. It's a thing. So.
But I think it was a really good idea and something to really push. I think a lot more. Dragon Con does something similar. They always pick a charity that'll be the charity of the year, where they donate stuff from the auction, money from the auction, and all that. And then, but they'll always do the blood drive as well. I think personally, I think more cons should do that, because they'll probably also get a lot more certain. Sponsors might be more willing to help the convention, because it's like, oh, you guys are doing something good, not just having fun. You're also, obviously, yes, let's have fun, but here, let's do something positive as well.
Yeah.
Being with the dealer's rooms, we're talking about it. The dealer's room, they actually had two rooms. There was the main room that's the ballroom was used, and then one of the lower, like, I guess, conference rooms they use as a dealer's room as well. But like I've seen recently with the smaller cons, they combine the dealer's room and the artist alley. Now, before I start ranting, what did you think about the size of the rooms and the amount of dealers?
Well, I mean, from what I've seen, like I said, the dealership was relatively big given the size of the con. I mean, I was actually, to be honest, I was really expecting something like small. I mean, we saw a lot of local vendors, one which you recognize.
Quite a few I recognize that were
Yeah.
a lot of the local cons.
Yeah, and it was just, I mean, it was just like I said, just people came out and really tried to sell their stuff, and I mean, for the most part, like it had a good variety. And then on the bottom floor, they had the dealers. I mean, artist alley. I would assume it's an artist alley, just because of the fact that it was a lot of homemade stuff. We never got the homemade desserts.
Oh yeah, so one artist, it was all candy and desserts.
But they were steaming around like skulls and little things like that.
Yeah,
like,
and she had like shellfish, seashell like stuff, and then she had like little cakes, and then breast cancer ribbon candy.
Like, yeah, I mean, the little stuff, and then we actually got one, got something for an artist. But like overall, I mean, the fact that it was just like, I mean, I really didn't expect like these
The amount of
vendors or just artists and all that.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think there was more artists than there were dealers.
Which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, no, it's just, I think because of the fact that there was no real industry there, you didn't have like, oh, Funimation selling stuff, or Bandai, or, you know, all those kind of companies, or, you know, Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
So a lot of it was local artists selling their stuff. And like I've said in the past, I like when the dealers and the artist alley merge together. Some people like them separate because, okay, these are dealers and these are artists. By having them combined, you're forcing people to look at vendors they don't necessarily look at.
Yeah.
Like, I know people who never go into the artist alley, and there's some people that barely ever wander into the dealer's room. This makes them look at everybody. So as they're going through the dealer's room, they could go, oh, I've never seen that before. That's cool. I want that. So it's a perfect, personally, I just think that having the dealers and artists mixed, even if you end up with two rooms of dealers and artists, I think that worked. I think it's better. That way you're not necessarily forcing, but you're basically showing people that there's other stuff out there besides the typical stuff they may go to. Yeah, like regardless that we did buy a couple things. I bought the one artist, she does glass etching, so I bought a shot glass, a Kingdom Hearts shot glass, and she had decals you could put on car windows. So I may not throw them on my car just yet since I just bought a new one, but I might in the future. So I got some new ones that I didn't have before. And another artist, he had some really cool comic art.
Or just art, yeah. I mean, you saw stuff from like Usagi Yojimbo, Buck Rogers, like.
Yeah. There was he had Thundercat. He had a Thundercat piece.
Two Turtles.
Yeah.
Moon Knight. Oh man, it's fantastic.
Yep. So we got from him, and then there was other ones. There was one I had to point out to poke fun at him. There was a pocket watch vendor.
Which I'm a sucker for pocket watches and everything with gears and boxes. You know, that's kind of a thing.
We did not stay for the costume contest. I think at that point we were tired and hungry.
We're human too.
Mostly hungry.
We're human and we get hungry.
And we still had to drive home. So
yeah, I mean, given the fact that we were supposed to get a a relatively nasty amount of weather, but
yeah, but which we didn't. Yay! But that weather kept Ernie from coming. Boo!
You
and
suck,
Ernie had
Phoenix.
And Ernie has all the camera equipment.
So we're basically kind of doing everything the old-fashioned way. Beyond that, I mean, as far as like jumping right into the cosplay trend, I mean, this con, because of that it is local, you see a lot of people just really upstarts. You see a lot of upstarts as far as people cosplaying.
And the puppy, yeah. But, no, you...
Yeah, like I said, it was really just, I mean, if I have to say, The only
I didn't
ones,
really see a trend.
the only people I saw that was like a large amount of was Attack on Titan, but that's
Yeah.
also because they had a panel there. Steven Universe is relatively so
Yeah, I saw a few of
popular.
those, yeah.
But I mean, it was
Actually, if anything, I saw mostly Jedi, Star Wars related, and Attack on Titan. Because you had 2 Star Wars groups there.
obviously so.
So we had a lot of Star
I
Wars.
mean, would you call that cosplay or would you call that work uniforms?
I still call it cosplay. I still call it cosplay. Yeah. Considering we started talking about costume mashups for Star Wars, which, yeah, I can't draw and I can't sew, but I have an imagination. This should be interesting.
By the way, check them out. There's a New York Jedi.
There's New York Jedi and Empire Saber Guild.
Yeah, check them out. Like from what the performance was, like they're really good at what they do.
And that was in a limited space.
Oh yeah.
I've seen they were showing videos of some of their other stuff. They could really put on a show.
Yeah, so definitely take that in a glance.
But yeah, I didn't. That was pretty much. I wouldn't call it a trend. It's just that happened to be the groups that were there.
The consistent one, at least.
Was there any highlights, lowlights?
Our panel didn't light on fire. That's always a very good positive.
Yeah.
I didn't spontaneously combust, and I didn't flip any tables. Found out a personal victory.
Now here's the thing. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. Not something.
Well, flipping tables more just because I'm clumsy.
Well, that's true. Okay. Highlight, I guess, for me was I didn't really have a low light because nothing really bad happened. It wasn't a bad day, so I really had nothing really low. But highlight was like seeing a few people. I'm like, oh wow, I never seen you guys, or I haven't seen you guys in a while, or it's the fact that wow, this is such a small con, and I ran into so many people I know, like Michelle Knox was there. She was like a last minute add-on, I think, to the convention because she wasn't on any of the posters or on the website. I think she was a last minute. I think she even said it was kind of a last minute trick decision.
Yeah.
Because she lives in New Jersey, so she came for the day. Uncle Yo was there. We haven't seen Uncle Yo in quite a while because lately we haven't really been going to the same conventions. He's usually at one con in one state, and we're at another con in another state. So it was nice seeing him. We haven't seen him in a long time because for years we would see each other at conventions and go see him, and they're like, oh, look over there. So that was kind of cool. And then a few people I've known over the years that I haven't seen, except for when it came to Icon, and now I never see them anymore. So it's nice to see people.
Yeah.
Yay, people socializing, yay! And then one of my other friends, she was there dressed up as a Disney princess, and she's like, Disney princess sing! Especially when we went to the bar, and we're like, she was done with Rapunzel, we're like, sing I Have a Dream. She's like, yes! She didn't. She just had fun with our margarita. But, I guess what we'll do is ratings, 1 to 10, and why. 1 being worst, 10 being best.
I would actually give him a 7. 7 just because of the fact that, like I said, unfortunately I haven't spoiled on larger cons. So I really kind of, unfortunately my expectations are automatically, subconsciously high. But, like I said, given for what the con is, I think it's like they said the first year, right?
I think it's got to be within the first 2.
It's still relatively
new.
fresh con. It's still new. I mean, they look like they have their stuff together for the most part. I mean, a lot of their staff, actually a lot of stuff was really helpful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And very nice.
Including that, also I forget your name. One guy, staff member, if you're watching from our panel, you're still awesome. I think you're awesome. But overall, like I said, 7.5 because, like I said, I had high expectations. But I mean, to be honest, it's local. Like, you can just go to it. You can just have fun there. Just, just have a good time. It's really not that simple. It's very, like I said, intimate is the word I'm going to use often for this. Because of the fact that it's really just, like, there's not a lot of panels there. So you don't have to go crazy, go one towards the other. It's just, there's something for you to do. Even if it's nothing really too eventful. So it's something to do.
I guess I'd have to give it a 7 as well. It's, like I said, spoiled by big cons.
Yeah.
But lately I have been going to quite a few smaller cons to try and, you gotta bring ourselves back down.
Apparently we have an ego.
No, not ego. It's just, ooh, I've been to big cons. Okay, good for you. You have money. No, I don't. But it was nice. It was definitely a day killer. It was nice something to just do for the day where I didn't have to worry, oh god, I gotta pack this, I gotta pack that, we gotta travel here, we gotta travel there, I gotta get this hotel room. It was nice just to do it for a day where I didn't have to worry, and for us, it was so close to home. It's just nice to have, like, oh, okay, I got up from my bed drove like an hour. Okay, here's the day. Okay, we drive back home. So I guess, and we didn't have to fight for, checking in and out of the hotel and parking. Yay.
Simple.
Simple
Nice and
things.
simple.
So I guess that averages a 7.
Pretty much.
So it was, I think it was a good day overall. Though I forgot a moment that I actually liked. I was talking with Uncle Yo, and a mother and her daughter came up to Uncle Yo. And her daughter was cosplaying, and she said how she just came for the day for her daughter. They went to one of his panels, which was, I think, I forgot what the name of it, but it was like, almost like it was like it was almost like a feminist panel. It almost he makes it sound like that. He was all about like empowering women.
Yeah.
And she said she was just going to sit there while her daughter enjoyed it. She was just going to sit on her iPod. She ended up putting her iPad away and was telling people around her to be quiet so she could listen to him.
Yeah.
And she was telling him how much her mind was kind of changed by this and how much she loved him as a speaker. Which I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Yo, if there's a problem with the comedy, go into motivational speaking.
It does that very well.
All right. So, like I said, that makes it wrap it up as a 7. Not sure about next year because a lot of these some of these one-day events depend on time, year, date, and what it falls in between. So I can't say, we're gonna go next year, especially since we don't have a date. We'll try. It's easier too than some other cons.
It was a nice, like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I had a good time.
So we'll see about next year. We'll try. We don't have a date yet. So if by the time this video uploads, there is a date. Ernie has it down here.
His job.
While he's editing everything together, he'll put it down here. The next time you will see us, the fans POV, you will actually see the two of us and Ernie. We will be at Anime USA, October 30th through November 1st, Halloween weekend.
Speaking of, if at Anime USA, if you see myself or Ernie, which one was a happy birthday? Usually make fun of me, but just be nice to Ernie.
Because it's their birthday month. So we will see you guys down at Anime USA. And from Chrissy and Ricardo, what? Oh yes, I know. If you like more of what we see, and you want to see more, or if you want to learn more about us, the website is www.thefanspov.com.
Nice and fancy.
Yeah, fancy. Subscribe to us down here on YouTube. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr. Yes, I almost forgot about Tumblr.
Also, just a heads up. If you were time this video is up, unfortunately for a lot of cosplayers, we do apologize. We didn't have any.
We didn't have any.
So basically, if you have any pictures, either yourself or you just happen to see anywhere, and you basically want us to talk about it, just tag us in it, or just hashtag ImmortalCon or hashtag FansPOV. Best case scenario, if you see it, if we really like it, we'll definitely give you credit for it. Why not?
Yep. All right, so that is us here from ImmortalCon, and we will see you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye.